Purdue and Iowa, and you couldn't ask for a much better point guard matchup than this one. Braden Smith against Bennett Sturts. We pick it up early in the first half, tied at 7. Kari Harris on the break with the dunk. And 1. Purdue by 3 after the free throw. And then, Mike, the Boilers really got it going with some three-point shooting, starting with Harris here.
I thought Jakari played a great game, one of the most important players for the Boilers. And then Omar Meyer there, Fletcher Lawyer, who we've seen do it a million times. This was a really impressive performance on the road.
On top 28-14 at that point. Iowa trying to get back into it. Bennett Sturts had a game-high 19, but he got very little help in this one. As we go to the second half, the Boilers pulling away. It's Braden to C.J. Cox, and with that assist, Smith passed Steve Blake to move into 6th place for the most career assists in NCAA history. It was a 17-point lead. Then Cox tied a team high with 14 as Purdue extends the lead to 25. Trey Kaufman-Renn had a double-double, 12 and 12. 250 career Big Ten wins for Matt Painter, the 4th coach to get to that milestone. Painter afterward with Casey Jacobson.
A sellout crowd here. You took the heart of all the fans here. 20 assists and just 5 turnovers for your offense. I would give the grade an A. What would you
There you go. Well, I thought they did a good job of just sharing the basketball. We had some different guys step up. Jakari Harris made some shots when he subbed in the game. Fletch got a couple threes there. You got to make some shots to get, obviously, those assists. But I thought our guys did a good job. We had good balance all night. And I also thought, Trey Kaufman-Renn set the tone with those 11 rebounds in the first half.
And coming in, we knew that the point guard matchup was going to be the headliner. Bennett Sturts, such a difficult cover. Even though he ends up with 19 points, a lot of those when the game was decided. Right. How did you feel like you did on him?
Yeah, I thought we did a great job. I know he gets 19. He's a great player. He's going to get his points, but we just wanted to take his space up. Anytime he can back up and have space, he's harder to guard. So we just wanted to try to take his space up, be there and be up on some ball screen stuff, but also understand that they're good in those coverages. They're good at getting to the short roll and making plays and getting it back to him. So you just got to stay with it. So I thought our guys did a good job.
They did. This was an all-around impressive effort by Purdue. The defense was on point, as Painter was talking about, and then just shared the ball extremely well. They lead the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio, 20 assists, 5 turnovers, and that led to a ton of open threes.
When you have a collegiate point guard like Braden Smith, 12 assists, 1 turnover, the ball tends to move. Like, players find open windows when they know they're going to get the basketball. So they run faster, they move quicker, and they play defense better. The open shot is there. Just find the open man, move it, bang, you have it. Passing is contagious. The extra pass, skip across for the opposite window, let it fly. When the ball is moving, we call this .5 basketball created by Popovich. You have 0.5 of a second to drive it, pass it, shoot it. And we have Braden, you just find an open window to the corner, he's gonna draw and kick. It's always phenomenally impressive how the ball moves and the shot goes in when you have a point guard who's a pass-first point guard.
And for a lot of the time when Purdue was struggling, he was forced into the situation where he had to be a scorer. Defenders were saying, go ahead, Braden, you score 25, we'll shut everybody else down, you won't get 12 assists, and we'll win. And that kind of stung Purdue for a little bit, but they've been able to get back to Purdue basketball, to him being in charge of the offense, not necessarily being the offense. He only took 5 shots today, but he had 12 assists. They are 11-1 when he hits double figures in assists. Wow. Now, some of that, as Coach said, was about, hey, you get assists if you make baskets. But the other part of it is he's in charge. He's not having to be that. It's nice that he can do it, but it shouldn't be the main thing.
Again, he passes Steve Blake. He is 97 from passing Bobby Hurley now. So the countdown is certainly on here for Braden Smith, the record watch. And speaking of records, I mentioned with Matt Painter, 250 conference wins. I mean, it's an amazing group that he's with there, Bob Knight and Tom Izzo and Gene Cady. So kudos to Matt Painter. What do we make of Iowa? There was a lot of excitement coming into this game. Casey Jacobs talked about the first sellout of the Ben McCollum era, and there just wasn't a whole lot to cheer about. What do you make of what we saw from Iowa?
What I thought interesting about Iowa was that all year their metrics were really good and their record was really good, but I kept wanting to say, okay, what happens when they play an elite team? Now, they did against Iowa State, and they were competitive, not great. They didn't win, but they managed to avoid a lot of the best teams in this league until recently, and now we're seeing there isn't quite that much in terms of the elite teams. Could they join that group by beating some of them? And it hasn't happened. They're a fine basketball team, but they're probably a step away from being on that level.
This is interesting. My late years at UCLA, I played probably 36 to 38 minutes a game. And reflecting back now as a retired player, I wish I probably could have played a little bit less so I had more energy throughout the game. Starts play a high volume, right? He plays high volume. The ball is constantly in his hands. It wears him down. How can you find moments to give him rest?
Well, he got in a little bit of foul trouble in this game, so they had to very briefly give him rest. But to your point, yeah, I mean, it's like 38 minutes every single game, and it is challenging, no doubt. The flip side is so much goes through him, and there just isn't a whole lot else, as we saw at least on this game. And you talked about it, Mike. I mean, the schedule's really tough down the stretch. 6 of their last 7 against likely NCAA tournament teams. Still haven't beaten a ranked team this year, but the Hawkeyes still solidly in the NCAA tournament, no doubt. Absolutely. 18-7, 8-6 in the league. So much